to the Llama Fantasy Football League. This is the championship episode. So, sorry I wasn't able to cover the league with videos as much this year, but at least we got this final one, so we'll be able to recap most of them. This football season has been crazy in terms of, you know how there's always front runners that are always mainstays, like Baltimore Ravens, Kansas City Chiefs, or recently the Lions. Bad year for them. So it made for a very, very interesting season too in terms of fantasy. And so we'll be able to break down what happened in the playoffs. So we do have a drink for today. I had to make one to wrap one up for the year. This is an old fashioned. This one has some bourbon, Knob Creek. This is the less, maybe 100 proof. I usually use one that has like 120 proof, which is a little bit lighter. Some bitters, so Angostura, some Fees Brothers Orange, and I added some cardamom bitters in here. Some simple syrup, Demerara simple syrup that I made, and then with a cherry, and not an orange peel, but a grapefruit peel. Grapefruit peels are awesome, so try those in an old fashioned, they're really good. Very nice. Oh, it's been a while since I had one. I don't drink a lot as much these days for health reasons. All right, so let's look at the way the playoffs played out. Week 15 was the quarterfinal. That was, well, Aaron had a bye because he was number one seed. But that left the remainder, so that would left Mike B versus Mike L. And then Captain Bark, so that was Morgan versus me. And then the other wild card, the other one who had a first round bye was Richie. Mike B had a dominant game, 194.96, knocking out Mike L. And then Morgan knocked me out, 170.24, 158.54. That gets us to the semifinal, and that's where Mike B had to go against the favorite, Aaron, who had a really strong year. Morgan went up against Richie. And then the consolation game is Mike L versus myself. That ended up being close, but Mike L wins that one. And then so Aaron falls short to Mike B. Morgan knocks out Richie. Richie was the other really strong team. And so these, based on the regular season, the way it played out, I think if you look at the standings, Mike was fourth and Morgan was third. So they were technically underdogs based on the regular season. But both of them knocked off Aaron and Richie. And that led to our finals. In the consolation game, maybe Aaron didn't really play this one, but then Richie had a big time score. So can you imagine if Richie just gets that 7 points? He's probably winning because he had the high score here for the week. And then in the final, we'll get to it now. Brownsville Jets versus Captain Bark. This is one of the lowest scoring games of the entire season. But it ended up being one of the most dramatic. So let's take a look at how it kind of played out. Just looking at the way the schedule was, Mike would be done on Sunday. So if you take a look at all his games, they were all done by Sunday, and then he got 124.58. A very poor showing from Sam Darnold, one of the top teams. They were able to win, but they didn't need Sam. 12.28. Jamar Chase had a big time game, 28.5 as expected. Mike Evans had a decent game. Josh Jacobs did not show up for this one. Travis Etienne did pretty good. Harold Fannin did solid, but I think he had a little bit more from Hunter Henry off the bench. 15.4. Travion Henderson, 15.8. Eddie Pinheiro, 6 points. And the Steelers D, had 14. To improve this score, you probably could have played Wandell Robinson, 27.8. That would have been huge for you, helping you to build a lead. But just to set the stage, by Sunday, I think if you look at the original projections, 167 to 173, Morgan's was still close to 173 based on the end of Sunday. By the end of, by the end of Sunday, Mike had 124.58, and that was that. I think Morgan started the day with about 90 something points, but he was still projected to score like 160 or at least 150. An expected blowout because of the two guys that he had. He had a quarterback, Kirk Cousins, 12.14. 20.78, and Puka Nacua, practically wide receiver one this year. Maybe one of the top fantasy players of all. 31.40 was his projection. And so when you get to today, Monday Night Football, it was that head Atlanta versus the Rams, and it looked like it was Morgan's to win, but you just had to let it play out. And so I'm gonna just react to the video so we can watch it, and then we'll just pay attention to how these things impacted the score. So Kirk Cousins, right? Anything that Kirk Cousins completes contributes to Morgan. Bijan would end up having a huge day, which hurts Kirk Cousins' abilities. 4 points for Kirk Cousins anytime he passes the ball. Touchdown pass, touchdown pass. Yes, to Bijan. Things are starting to look really, really good within this first half of the first quarter for Morgan. Now, on the Rams side, when they're on offense, he needs to get the ball to Puka. That doesn't do anything for him. Points for Morgan. So they're going to go for it on fourth. Going for it on fourth. Stopped. Turnover on downs. All right. Kirk Cousins' work gets it to Bijan. And see those points trending upwards. Second quarter. The handoff does nothing for Morgan. Puka? Interception. So like double vulture, right? Puka doesn't get the ball. It's an interception. So okay, maybe Kirk Cousins will have a chance to throw a touchdown. Nope, he runs it back for pick six. Puka? That's not Puka. So this kind of like goal line thing doesn't work out for Kirk Cousins. He has to like keep running to get space. Going deep. Picked off. It wasn't even to Puka anyway. Offensive PI. All right, so let's see. Let's see if Kirk Cousins can rack up some points. Right, Kirk Cousins. It's a handoff, does nothing. It's a touchdown. One play touchdown. Running play. Does 0 points. Completely vultured from Kirk Cousins. And you see what this does? 0 to 21. Now they're just gonna run the ball. Just keep handing it off to Bijan. Couldn't play out any better for Mike than this early start in this first half. At least it still plays out for the Rams side because Puka hasn't really done anything to this point. But if they're gonna come back from this, they need to keep throwing the ball. So there's opportunities with Puka Nacua in the second half. Oh, Stafford is sacked. Man, this Atlanta team is so schizophrenic. Like, How did they look so amazing against the Rams? Xavier Smith. Sacked. Feel good, does nothing for nobody. Hand off to Bijan. What? Pass the ball, Kirk? Okay. Got nothing from that. Okay, here's a field goal. Passing it to Kyrie. No. Puka. He throws it to the tight end. What happened to Puka in this game? Another touchdown vulture. So, in the biggest game for Morgan, Puka is a decoy. Okay, here comes a pass. And you can see he's creeping closer and closer. And all Mike can do is just watch. See, those benefit Morgan. You can get it to Bijan with these like short little screen, bubble screen passes. Another handoff. So now they're going to try to kick a field goal. Okay, let's get it back into Rams' hands. Oh! He's gone! Another vulture. See, this is the worst because at least a turnover works because he has an offensive guy on either side. But when special teams is scoring, that does not help Morgan at all. That is insane. And this makes the game really interesting, right? Because now it's a one touchdown game. Okay, Kirk is throwing. Finds Puka. Another vulture play. Long run by Kyron. Another pick. Oh, did he step out of bounds? What are you doing? Defensive special teams scoring touchdowns. Oh, that's not going to count. But still, they do not help. Handoff. Big chunk play. Can we get a pass to Puka? No, we can't. Puka's down the field, run blocking. Puka? Puka? No. Another handoff. Another big chunk play. Ooh. He is running out of time. Under 3 minutes. Oh, there's Puka. Touchdown! Morgan totally needed that. What? And Mike is sweating at this point. Because the game is tied now, right? Now, Kirk Cousins is forced to have some more throwing than just relying on Bijan. Because now they actually have to score if they want to win the game. Yeah, it was really set up well for Morgan. It was just, what a tough break. The way everything that happened played out the way Mike needed it to, unfortunately for Morgan. Pass play. Okay, good catch. Just need to get in field goal range. Oh, there it is. Bijan. So if the Rams can get a stop too, then that would help Morgan's case too, because they can go to overtime, right? More chance to rack up points. So time is essentially the enemy for Mike. Rams have 21 seconds. I think at this point, this is the final score already, right? Unless he gets another catch, but more or less, He needs 4 points from Puka. That would have been very close because he needs at least 30 yards and a catch, right? That's 4 points that he would need. That would have got him right there. I don't know if that would have gave him the lead, but that would have got him right there. But if you watch what happens with his hands, the defender pulls his arm. He's holding it with one hand, and as he pulls his arm, the ball pops out just briefly, and then he traps it with his body. By that point, he's already out of bounds. Incomplete. What a tough break. That would have been like... That's one of the most amazing incomplete passes I've ever seen. Ooh, Morgan needed that so bad. It just comes out. Ooh. And then 5 seconds. You can try it again, but... So this is the last chance. Kind of in the same area. But they know what's coming. Ball game. Falcons win. Mike B wins. So congrats to Mike B. So as you can see, it's might be one of the lowest scoring finals we've ever had, but it definitely did not lack for drama. It was actually one of the more exciting ones too. He got that close. It was just away by like 4.12 points. Just could not get it going with Puka. This is after Puka like had like a crazy game, so you know you hope that the guys that you have relied on all year show up for these. Sometimes that just happens. Yeah, so a tough one. So sorry, Morgan. Came so close to getting your first title, but you'll try again next year. Congrats to Mike B. You can celebrate too. Cheers to you, Mike. Congrats. Our Halal Fantasy Football League 2025 champion. All right. See you guys next year.